Hello, let's take a look at your work or how to do problem number 20 on the MT1 LT7 assignment. It says Mr. Blankenship determined that his class average, I'm guessing like his test score class average, or his grades, for 17-year-olds can be represented by this function for the class size. So in other words, he's saying is the scores that he's going to have depend on the class size. And here we have function notation. F of z equals negative 5az plus 87. We're going to graph this function and we're going to interpret it in terms of context. Okay, we're going to make a table. I'm going to go z and I'm going to go f of z. And notice I got fractions in here, which makes it kind of ugly, doesn't it? So what I'm going to do on this fraction is I'm going to pick z. I notice I have a fraction. I'm going to divide by 8. I'm going to pick multiples of 8. That way I don't have any decimals to worry about. So for example, I'll go 0, 8, 16. I think that should be enough. I guess I could go up to 24. Let's go to 24. Now, 0 is nice because if I replace 0 with z, 0 times anything is 0. 0 plus 87 is 87. Now I'm going to have to show some work here on the bottom. So I'm going to replace z with 8. So I'm going to have negative 5/8 times 8 plus 87. And I just noticed that's a little close to my graph, so I'm going to pull it down just a hair. There we go. Now, we know the 8's reduced, don't they? You get a 1 here. So you have negative 5 plus 87, which is 82. So if we have 8 members in the class average drops to 82. If we have 16, I'll switch my colors here so you can see the difference. We're going to go negative 5/8 times 16 plus 87. Well, 8 goes into 16 twice. 5 times negative 5 times 2 is negative 10 plus 87 would be 77. Finally, let's do 24. So you have negative 5/8 times 24 plus 87. So 8 goes into 24 3 times. So we have negative 15 plus 87, which would be 72, wasn't it? 7 minus 5 is 2. 8 minus 1 is 7. 72. Now we're going to graph this. Notice my z value has to go up to 24 because I have 24 here on my grid. So since it has to go up to 24, I only have 20 tick marks. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to count by 2's. So I'm going to go 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. I'll go a little bit further than I need to. Now, what do you do for the y value, the f of z value? Well, we need to go up to 87, don't we? And there are 20 tick marks. So here's what I'm going to do. On the side, I'm going to go 87. I'm going to divide that by 20. Let's use a calculator so you can see what that answer is. I have to pull it up here. Guess I don't have it open. So let me go into here. So I like to use the scientific calculator on Desmos, and I suggest you do the same thing. So if I take 87 and I divide it by 20, I get a decimal, 4.35. If I count by 4.35s, I would get up to 87. I always want to, let's pick nice numbers to count by. So let's round up. Let's pick 5, okay? I'm going to always round up. So I know 87 divided by 20 is 4.35. And that will give me exactly to 87 if I start at 0. But instead, I'm going to count by 5s. And I need to get up to 87. So here's 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, whoops, 65, 70, 75. Oh, keep on clicking on the marker there. 80, 85, 90. Now we're going to graph our 4 points. Now what do you do because you're at 87? Well, you estimate. We know 87 is between 85 and 90, don't we? So I'm going to go up here to 0, and I'll go 87 right there. Then if we go to 8 and 82, so here's 8. I'm going to go up to 82 about. And then we'll do 16 and 77. Should be right smack in the middle there. And then if we do, what did we say, 24 and 72. And notice there's a pattern here, isn't it? Since there's a pattern, I think we can draw a line between these points. And now since I guesstimated my points, your points might not fall perfectly on the line, but they should be pretty darn close. And that's how you would do problem number 20.